Just turn on the console.
Welcome to the AggroCast, the official podcast at AggroGamer.com. I am your host, Michael, the gaming otaku Camacho, and I am back. And with me for the final episode are Brian, I knew I'd be fired, Bentley.
That's me.
And Ben, I'll have more time to DJ now, win.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah. Part 2.
Yeah, that totally killed the surprise of my introduction to the guys.
What's going on, Mike?
Not much. Oh, okay, so I'm back after a week off, as most of our listeners should know.
That's right.
Brian and Ben held a podcast without me. I don't remember ever giving them permission either.
I swear there was that one time you were
You
saying
were
something.
drunk.
You
Yeah, I was
might,
going to say you were drunk.
you might next episode hear some different voices. Not entirely sure.
I just figured it would be like towards the middle of the show, all of a sudden click, and then you just start the podcast with some other two guys, or you get Shannon and Clover back on.
Actually, my plan was to get like Shannon and somebody else to do like an intro with me, and then play it while you guys are there, but mute you guys so you can't hear it, and then bring you back on and be like, haha, I was just kidding. That was my elaborate plan, but I just didn't have time to get it together. I was way too tired after my trip.
That's fantastic. So how was the trip? Was it good?
It was good. 10.5 hours to get down there. The map quest said 12, so cut an hour and a half off. Got down there early. Met her family. Well received by her family. Her whole family. I mean, not just mother, father, aunts, uncles, cousins. So that was
you
really
name
good.
it, they were there.
Yeah, exactly. Got some good food. Went to a couple local Mexican restaurants. Had Bojangles for the first time. Best chicken biscuit. Fuck Chick-fil-A. Doesn't hold a candle to Bojangles chicken biscuit.
Oh, I bet.
Feeling pretty strong about that.
Yeah.
You didn't burn the house down, so that's always a bonus.
No. But we saw The Blind Side this past weekend while I was down there.
I've heard only
The
good
Michael
things.
Orr film.
How was it?
It was a really good film. Really good film. I was going in there like, God damn it, I don't want to see this movie. I was like, I live in Baltimore. I've heard his story 20,000 fucking times because of the Ravens and all. But it was a good film. Sandra Bullock, for me, is always 50-50. She's either really good, in my opinion, or really bad.
Yeah.
And I really liked her in this film. Gotta say, she was kind of hot as a blonde. But it was overall a good film. I have heard that Michael Orr came out and said that he isn't exactly like the movie, where they portrayed him as having zero football knowledge. He says he had been playing football since he was 8, and they made it seem like he had no clue what was going on.
Oh, wow.
It's not dramatic if...
Yeah, I know. I understand that. But that's why things are always based on a true story.
Right, exactly.
So they can add more flair. But that was pretty much it. The drive back was actually the full 12 hours thanks to traffic in Virginia and D.C. But I think the trip down, I listened to 5 or 6 podcasts. Trip back, I listened to 5 or 6 podcasts. Pretty much the same ones. Like, the way down was Geekbox, Rebel FM, AggroCast, GameSpy Debriefings, Oddcast, and Giant Bombcast. Same on the way back, except you can swap out the CAGcast with the AggroCast.
Nice.
But yeah, pretty much the same. You'd be surprised how quickly time goes by in a car when you're just listening to people talk about video games.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Other than that, I was listening to Korean music there and back, too. A lot of it. Like the Wonder Girls album from 2007.
Oh, dear God.
That was an awesome reaction.
Jewelry's 5th album.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Epic High's latest albums. Since they did a two-parter like Drunken Tiger. What was the other one? Oh, We Sung's last two albums as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So. Oh, and I did blast Girls' Generation G quite a few times.
Oh, I bet you did.
G, baby. Sorry. So, anyway, that was my week off and Thanksgiving. Brian, how was yours?
Thanksgiving was really great. We headed out to Pennsylvania to spend time with Vanessa's family. And basically, minus, on our way back, we end up sitting in traffic. We got 6 miles. It took us 75 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I got to the front, and there was nothing there. I'm like, like someone's gonna die. Yeah. So besides that, otherwise, it was an excellent. Excellent holiday. Part of it I will talk about when we get to what we've been playing. But then I came home and watched the Bears game, which was an embarrassment. So.
Hey, I watched the Raiders game on Thanksgiving with her family.
That was painful.
At her, oh God, I have to say this. At her uncle's house was the later one when the game was going on. At one point they missed the sack, and in the middle, everybody didn't even realize I was in, you know when you get into a game?
Yeah.
That's like what you're focused on. I was like, you bastard!
Yeah.
Nicola grabbed my mouth. I was like, shh.
Funnily enough, I had a very similar experience. We were playing catchphrase, and I said the word that was actually you're not supposed to say. I was like, fuck. And then everyone's like, oh, I'm like, right, my bad.
Oh man.
Yeah. Right in front of her grandma, you know.
Oh, I bet you she was real thrilled about that.
Be glad her grandma didn't come back and go, oh yeah, Sonny, let's do what you just said.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right.
I was flirting with Nicola's grandma at one point. She said she was funny. She was like, when we first met her, she was like, "Yeah, I've been daydreaming a lot," and I was like, "About me, huh?" She got kind of flustered. It was funny. It's like I had to do it, but it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so you got to cuss in front of her grandma. Great.
Yeah, that was not one of my finer moments.
Hey, but we can all cheer because Tom Brady and those Patriots got their fucking ass whooped last night.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Oh, it's too bad he didn't get injured for the rest of his career, though.
Oh, so that's not right.
Sorry, it's Tom Brady. He gets no love. Well, the best thing that could ever happen would be Tom Brady and Randy Moss colliding with Billick on the sideline. And all three being out for their career. I would just be like, fuck yeah! Celebration time!
So how was the family when they were watching the Bama game?
Oh my God. Let me tell you, Southerners and their football. Woo! Okay, Auburn was winning to almost the end of the fourth quarter. There was a different type of energy in the air at that point. Like, I was kind of joking around, and even by the end of the game, I kind of slowed down a little. You can tell they were getting pissed. But when they pulled it out, man, they were like, oh my God, it was so loud. But I don't know. It was actually a lot of fun seeing how seriously they took that game.
And then how fast the atmosphere changed when they won the game.
It was like a totally different thing. Even her dad commented later, he was like, be glad Auburn won because you wouldn't want to be around here. Or good thing Alabama won because if Auburn won, you wouldn't want to be around here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know, crazy. I didn't say the other thing that happened to me. Before we get into you, Ben.
You got more dolls?
No. My laptop got a huge virus on it when I got back last night. I don't know. I was just browsing GooseX, and I know it's not the site, but all of a sudden while I'm browsing GooseX, a virus just pops up. AVG catches it quick, but it's not catching it fast enough. So I quickly downloaded AVG 9, shut down like the internet through Zone Alarm. Right after I downloaded it, and got it all up running, took care of it, but it took out a lot of EXE files and DLL files.
Damn.
Which is why Ben is recording this podcast tonight, not me. I just don't feel safe recording through there, so I don't know. I'm going to try to back up the media stuff onto an old external hard drive I have, and then I guess reformat, or just say fuck it and get a new one. I really don't know at this point, because I don't have a disk to reformat with, like an actual Windows disk. It's supposedly partitioned on a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah, I think if you do a system restore, you should be able to do that.
I tried system restore, it didn't work. It wouldn't even go back like 3 days. I first tried a week, and it wouldn't even do it 3 days.
No, I'm talking about from the when you boot it back up, it gives you a prompt like towards the bottom. Like if you want to go to BIOS or something like that, you can do it from there.
Okay, I'll have to take a look, but I'll probably have to reformat everything, reinstall Windows XP, so I'm pretty much going to lose it all. Yeah, which is why I want to save the MP3s. Because I bought a lot of stuff on iTunes and Amazon. I'd rather not lose. But, so, that sucks. But, hey, I'm just grateful it hadn't had any problems up till now, because it's 3.5 years old. So I can't complain too much. It's about due time I upgrade to a better gaming laptop anyway.
Do I smell Alienware then, or?
No. I'll go Dell XPS, but Alienware's just too expensive for what it is. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Sort of like a Mac.
Yeah. Yeah, Mac is way too expensive. Fuck that shit. Plus, I want a game. Not just sit there and do editing.
There's a lot of great games on the Mac.
Wow.
There's Zork,
or Modern Warfare 1.
Breakout, Super Breakout, Photoshop.
Hey, you can get Modern Warfare 1. It came out like 8 months later, or a year later.
Of course, you don't have an alternate weapon because there's only one button.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Mac
Ben.
Dash. Yeah, Ben.
Oh, my turn? I didn't really do much. Just pretty much sat around and played Modern Warfare 2 and had dinner with my family, and that's about it, really. I didn't really go anywhere, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, just watch football, and that's about it.
How'd your Lions do?
Yeah, okay.
What? How'd your Lions do?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Why not?
You said you watched football.
I watched football. I didn't watch the Lions, though.
Why? It's your team.
Not my team, but alright.
Dude, you're never gonna be able to say it's not your team with me around. You know that.
Oh, I know.
You have to stick with your team regardless. Hey, my Raiders got their ass whooped, but they're still my team.
Well, didn't watch it, so don't care.
Yeah. I know this Sunday was pretty bad for the other team. I like to watch the Redskins. God, I can't pick any winners right now.
Didn't they lose like by 1 or something like that?
I don't know. They lost in overtime. So I think it was by 3.
Yeah, it was by 3.
27-24, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all around bad for the teams I like. Well, why don't we jump into what we've been playing? I'll kick it off. So I got in some Lego Rock Band before I left. I just wanted to get some achievement whoring in and see what it was all about, plus download the extra songs.
Right. And?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was an excellent game, but for what it is, I thought it was the perfect game for kids or whatnot, or the younger crowd. I like the fact that it adds more to the tour and all. I like the cutscenes.
Mhm.
I like the fact that, like, hey, produce a CD, or hey, perform for these people or whatnot. While it was a little over the top, it is at least some features I'd like to see implemented into, like, Rock Band 3. One of my
Sure.
current problems with Rock Band 2 is the fact you have a world tour, but it's always the same thing over and over again.
Right.
And there's
Exactly.
nothing to actually see your band doing anything. Except for still pictures, pretty much. And the normal on-stage performances. I would just like to see more. I'd like to see it where your band coming up, doing the small shows, all of a sudden, you get picked up, you do like a little, I don't know, why can't they do like you get signed to an indie label, put out a CD, and you have to play the songs for that CD, you know?
Yeah.
Then you go on tour following that, playing those songs and some other ones like covers and stuff. There's just so much they could do with that game to give you a true Rock Band experience. And I thought Lego Rock Band really touched on that. I would just like would have seen a little more.
Sure.
And have it transfer over to regular Rock Band. I know you reviewed it, Brian. I mean, did you like those parts?
Oh yeah, no, I thought the whole story idea was a really great way, especially because it sort of kept individuals involved in the story. Like I actually kind of cared about the characters almost, which is practically unheard of in a rhythm game.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was like, if this had just been Rock Band but looked like Legos, I probably would have stopped playing after the first song.
Yeah, and Rock Power Challenges were an excellent addition, I thought.
Yeah, those were cool. Really cool. I liked how those work, especially the one with the octopus. That was funny.
Yeah. I was a big fan.
I played more Left 4 Dead 2 right before I left with the Pwn game night. We did versus mode. It was myself, Eradicus, and Monkey DeLuffy versus Tempest Fox, his friend, and Kaylee from Pwn. And it was kind of fun. Kaylee left, I think, pretty early on, either the first or second level, but it was a lot of fun playing versus in Left 4 Dead 2. That's where I thought the game really shined.
Mm-hmm.
Co-op's okay. I don't know, I guess for me, co-op in Left 4 Dead, even on easy, it's like freaking ridiculous. And it doesn't feel easy at all. So it's kind of like...
That's what I love about it.
Well, the problem is, if you're going to make different difficulty levels, actually match them up to the difficulty level.
I see your point. I see.
There's like 3 or 4 different ones. Why does easy feel like a little above normal? I mean, even on easy, we were at the end thing on the first level once doing co-op, and it just felt like every single special infected was coming out at the same time, including the tank. I was like, this doesn't feel like easy. This game's kicking our ass. And we weren't having an easy time throughout the level as it was, so...
Sure.
It feels like the AI director's a little off. Maybe they've balanced it through some stuff since then, I hope so. But Versus was fun. We were going through the Dark Carnival level, which was really cool. And... I don't know, I like using the new ones. I love grabbing somebody with the jockey and steering them away from the group. At one point, I actually grabbed one of them right when they were all running out of a building, and I just grabbed the one guy and took him back through the hallways of the building, and they were trying to find him.
Nice.
And it probably took them a good 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds to find the person. That was fun. I like the spitter because, just like with the boomer, anybody who's played Left 4 Dead knows, if you run in there with a boomer, and you're right in the middle of the group and somebody blows it up, they're all hit.
Yep.
Well, the spitter, when it gets hit, the acid does come out of her and lay on the ground. So it's almost the same thing. I will at least block their path of where they need to go if there's one way. Spit at them and hope they kill me, and then more acid falls. so they have to either wait and get hit by other horde, or just try to run through it. So it was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend the game, especially when it gets cheaper. I still don't think it's full 60, and not because the content isn't worth it. It just feels like it's too soon for that much, for another sequel. And it's not because it's not that they don't give you enough content. They give you enough content to worth $60. It's just, are you ready to play the game again for $60? I think that's what my issue is. So, especially with all the other games out right now. I don't think it did as well as they thought it was going to do in sales so far. Oh, the fact that Best Buy and Amazon's already had it for $35 for some deals we'll talk about later, but it's just like, hey, it's telling. Other than that, I played some Rock Band 2 while I was at Nicola's. I brought down one of my guitars in Rock Band 2 because they just had Guitar Hero 3, and I wanted to show them what a real rhythm game is like. So they really enjoyed that a lot better too.
Did they really?
Yeah. They said it felt easier to play and a little smoother. Finally, I just started playing AggroCast Generations of War. It's a JRPG for the PS3 that hasn't come out in the US yet. There's talks about bringing it out as download only to the PSN, but I picked it up through Europe because it just got translated to English over there. And it's a strategy RPG, not normally my thing, but I wanted to try it out because my weird otaku-ness told me I had to. Because basically, in the game, while you're playing through, you are basically choosing, at some point, one of 3 girls to basically be with. And then you'll have a kid with that girl. And this is the cool part, is the story continues on as your son.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
it
nice.
actually goes between generations. So it's actually kind of cool, and I want to actually see how the story plays out. Unfortunately, my only issue is when you do the map, you're not really running around towns. You're doing a map where you just move from like this location and you just make a step over to this location.
Oh.
Then you go into like an event, battle, or town to do stuff. You never really walk around with your character, other than that. But so far it's cool. It's all voiced in Japanese, but subtitled in English, which I love. No shitty voice acting for me to like groan about, so happy about that. But that's really all I've been playing. Ben, what about you?
Been playing a lot of still Modern Warfare 2 online.
Who you been playing with? Anybody that listens to this podcast?
Yeah, I play with Mari actually. I've played. Let's see. I think played throughout the weekend. I want to say, like it was like every single time she was on, I'm like, hey, invite me, and so she invited me to their like her group or whatnot, and we all joined together and play online. Her groups of friends, and with me in it, we make one hell of a team because we were just winning and just whooping ass. I mean, it was really fun, especially in this one map. I forgot what it was. I think it was like Afghan, where I was on the phone, and so I had to turn on the volume on the TV and turn off my mic. So I'm on the phone playing the game, and I go 31-5.
Wow.
And I'm like, whatever enemies I saw, I just point and shot them, and just kept on going. The 5 times I died, I needed ammo. I ran out of ammo, and that was my reason for dying. It was quite interesting. It was pretty funny because Mari said that she saw, she was sniping and whatnot, and she saw that she was gonna snipe some people in the little barricade area. Well, when she missed the 2 targets, but then all of a sudden she saw the explosion and she saw that it was me, because I used my grenade launcher and I killed like 3 of them. And in the beginning of the map, when in one area it was literally 5-on-1, and I killed all 5 of them before I was taken down. It was pretty cool.
Nice. I gotta get playing that game a little more. I don't know. I just don't have that urge to constantly go play it like Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 1. It's just tough to really push myself to constantly play that game like the first one. Maybe I'll get back into it, and it is one thing. When I'm playing with friends, it's totally different. I really don't want to play that game unless I'm with friends. It's not like Call of Duty 4 where I could just jump in.
No, yeah, it's completely different. No, I agree with you that the game is, if you go online, it's so much more funner if you go on with your buddies and whatnot. Because the experience is completely different than when you're just sitting there like just by yourself or whatever and just there for the kills.
If I'm playing there just by myself, I just take my headphones off because I don't want to hear the people talk. I can't stand listening to other people, so I just take it off.
Are you saying that Xbox Live members are not very mature, classy adults?
Oh, I'm not saying it. I'm confirming it. So, there's no problem there. I'm confirming that shit. Fuck those Xbox Live douchebags. How about that?
That's so hilarious.
Douchebags.
Good times.
So, Ben, you've been playing anything else besides Modern Warfare 2?
I've been playing Uncharted 2 for a little bit.
What do you think about it?
Story-wise, awesome. Graphic-wise, awesome. The gun battle, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I look at it as a poor man's Gears of War. A little bit. Just the aiming is just so off, and why am I shooting the guy 15 times before he goes down?
Yeah, I don't know, a lot of people say that the enemies don't take as many shots this time around. I don't care. It still sometimes takes a long while.
I never played the first one, but I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, why does it take forever to kill a guy, but yet it only takes him 4 hits if I'm punching him? Yeah. So I might as well just melee to kill him faster than just shooting him.
It is a problem. One of the things that I didn't like was if I get a headshot and I aim and shoot, sometimes it wouldn't register. But then when I'm randomly kind of running and gunning, I get headshots a little easier, and I'm going, really? What the fuck? And that would be kind of annoying. It'd be easier aiming to get a headshot than just running and gunning.
Yuck.
But, overall, the fact that the story is so good is easy enough to kind of ignore those faults. Unfortunately for me, the gun battles just became so tedious, I never finished the game. I stopped at, chapter 24 out of 26. Because I didn't want to shoot anymore. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to fucking play this anymore. I don't give a shit. I'll watch the ending spoiled on YouTube or something. So I'm just kind of done with the game as of it is. If people don't like me for that, fuck them. Uncharted 2 has problems. Accept it.
Just like every other game out there?
Yeah. Even Modern Warfare 2. All those fanboys can suck it. Modern Warfare 2 is not the end-all be-all.
I don't believe it.
Especially if you're a PC player.
Oh god, they raped them up the...
Though I did find it funny that, I don't know if you guys saw that, there was a screenshot going around of the group of, the Steam group of people who are going to boycott the game, and
they're still playing Modern Warfare 2?
And 90% of the people in the screenshot are playing Modern Warfare 2, and it's you guys are retarded. Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah, not to mention from what I was listening to on the podcast, I think it was Anthony Gallegos talking about the problems of the PC side. How the hacking's gotten so bad. He was in one game where a guy went 39-3, and the final kill was him tracking somebody through the floor.
Really?
And he actually heard everybody on the headsets go, "Oh, bullshit." Like everybody at once.
That is hilarious.
I'm pretty sure it was Anthony Gallegos because I heard him say it on 2 different podcasts. I believe it's his, Rebel FM and GameSpy. So.
God, that is hilarious.
Yeah, it is fucking ridiculous. It totally kills IWNet's, or IW's argument that IWNet will kill cheating and hacking.
Yeah, okay.
It now proves that this is all so they can sell DLC on the PC. I can't wait for PC gamers to hack that and start sharing the DLC.
Yeah, that'd be something.
And the thing is by doing this, more people are going to jump on the bandwagon of doing this. You know, I mean, like, PC gamers, like, even as one of them, like, you just have this sense of, like, there are just certain things you don't do. And, like, whatever it is that, you know, like, DRM is one thing, taking away dedicated servers, it's like, this is I hate to be like, they feel entitled. These are the things that we deserve, and, you know, what we've always had, and if you're not going to give it to us, we're going to punish you. So, you know, same thing with, like, Spore. You know, like, once they had that, you know, ridiculous DRM system at the beginning, and all of a sudden it was like, well, I was going to buy the game, but now I'm just going to pirate it because they don't want me to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, it is childish, but that is how PC gamers are.
Yeah.
And I killed the conversation.
Yep,
Awesome.
pretty much. I mean, that's another topic in itself right there.
Yeah, no.
How childish
Sorry,
are PC gamers?
I was in the middle of taking a drink from my beer. I apologize. And you just stopped talking. I'm like,
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. So, Brian, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Well,
Nintendo fanboy.
Hey, believe me, I'm as surprised as anyone else the amount of Nintendo love I've been given. You know, it's been pretty cool in a way. But yeah, I've been playing more Wii Sports Resort, mainly because, you know, kind of using it as more of a tech demo to show people and stuff like that. Did try the the fencing or the sword play or whatever they want to call it. Yeah, that's
no good.
Not that fun. So I continue on my, you know, then I just go right back to the island flyover, which for whatever reason is like really calming for me. Other than that, I've been playing
like
new
Flower?
Super Mario. Yeah, like Flower. Absolutely. Which is another game that I got through a few levels and I really just need to go back to and get back in that game.
That shit was $5 last week.
Well,
I don't know if it still is. I was like, holy crap.
So, yeah, it is an excellent download. Other than that, I've been playing New Super Mario Brothers Wii for the review, which has been started, but it's not finished. But I finished the game I beat the game last Friday. Yeah. It has a lot of great, there are a lot of spotlights, like a lot of great things that the game has going for it. There's even a few nice homages, that I was really impressed with, you know, just as a longtime fan and as someone who has grown up and has played all the games, except Sunshine. So there was a nice homage in there at the end, and that was really cool. And then you save Princess Peach. That's not really a spoiler. And you're like, oh, okay.
Why can't it be like the new Zelda? As much as I'm not a big Zelda fan, the fact that Zelda is going to be there along with Link is a nice change of pace. Why can't Mario do that?
Her spirit is going to be there. She doesn't actually kick any ass unless you have her take over a Phantom. But anyway, that's a whole nother rant. But I'm going to be reviewing that next month, or this month actually. So yeah, it's great. Getting people together to play this, it is a blast. I actually spent most of the game playing it with other people, so we actually co-opted a good portion of the game, and it is a lot of fun, especially if you have other people who are, kind of, obviously familiar, but even people who aren't, can easily jump in and can either be helped or, they can actually participate. It's not, they aren't going to be hindered, just because they aren't familiar with the game necessarily.
Yeah.
So it's a great co-op experience. It's a good call. If you're looking to buy a game, it really is one of the better ones on Wii, especially right now. There's really not a whole lot that's any good that's coming out, but not big on the innovation though. You're not going to see anything new, really.
Yeah, I have it. I just got it in from Goozex. The problem is, I don't have anybody to play it with, honestly.
Yeah. Well, you and I could play. Oh wait, that's right. No online co-op.
Do you think it's worth keeping, or just wait till it really hits like a bargain bin? Like for somebody who's not going to constantly play it by themselves or have people over.
You might want to send it back.
Okay.
I mean, believe me, it is. If you really enjoyed like old school, 1, 2, 3 Super Mario World, you will enjoy this game. It is. Like, it's basically everything they probably wanted to do but couldn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. So there's a lot to be said for it, but it's a lot of, it's a party game.
Yeah.
Is exactly what it is. It's a party game. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of parties. Damn.
Well,
I fail.
It's definitely one thing. Like Vanessa and a couple of her girlfriends went out to see New Moon, and she's like, "Oh, you don't want to go?" No, I'm good. So one of the other girls, her husband came over, and we just I think we put in like 6 hours straight, just pounding through it. It was just a lot of fun, So if you got a buddy that's gonna come over and play with you, that's
yeah.
It's a good call, yeah. But otherwise, it's all right.
Yeah, I can
But
understand
that's about it for me on the Wii.
Yeah, it's been light. Everybody was busy with Thanksgiving, so.
Right.
I do want to say before we go into Bargain Bin, I did finish up an anime I had started watching in the past couple months, Kanagi. Animation is very similar to the style of Haruhi, Lucky Star, K-On!, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's about a guy who makes this wooden statue based on a shrine goddess he met when he was younger. And it so happens that the statue, I can't remember the first episode, but comes to life, and the girl Nagi is now living with him, and it's crazy, funny, goofy. It's what you would expect. Wasn't really expecting the ending to go as it did. Was hoping for a little more, as I always do, when it comes to like relationship aspects from these romantic. I don't know if you can really call this a harem genre anime, which is usually a bunch of girls vying for one guy. But it was just goofy, fun times, and I really hope a second season comes eventually. Definitely worth watching. 14 episodes. Comes out. It's currently out on 2 different volumes. I think they're about $25 to $30 each. 7 episodes apiece. So, definitely recommended.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, Ben, let's jump into Bargain Bin.
My bargain bin for this week is Resistance 2 for the PS3. It's going for at GameFly for $23.74. If you have a membership, remember those are 5% off of that. Good game, great game. I wish I still had it, but don't. But I'm planning on picking it up again because it's such a low price. And plus, are we still doing it for game nights too, or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So definitely pick it up.
Just had one last month.
Okay, yeah. So pick it up, join us on game nights, and definitely enjoy the fun that this game brings. So that's my bargain bin for the week. Brian?
Huh. All right, for on the DL, we're going to go with, on the virtual console, we're going to go with Super Mario Kart.
Damn, boy.
Oh, come on, man. Hey, there really has not... Hey, I've looked for something decent to talk about from PSN or on the Xbox Live Arcade, and it just hasn't really been really been bullying me over.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, hey, I did Peggle last week. That was on the PSN. But yeah, Super Mario Kart, the SNES version. I just happened to be, like in college when this game was big and just sitting around in dorm rooms playing this. And I know there's another game that Mike and I talked about before the show. He's going to talk about when we go back to touch on the top 200 games, but it's just another game you just sat around and played with your buddies and just played over and over again, even though, the Super NES hadn't been popular for like years after that, but we still were playing it. So $8, or sorry, 800 Wii points. So in magical money terms, it's $8.
You gotta get that right.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least I don't have to do any conversion. Oh, that's annoying. I actually had to ask Binh once. I was writing an article and I'm like, what's a conversion for Microsoft points? I don't know how this works.
Yeah, that's such a pain. Every 400, it's like $5. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So.
Anywho, that's
right.
That's it for on the DL. How about Netflix Picks?
Alright, for my Netflix picks this week, I'm going to have to go with My Name is Bruce. You can either request the DVD, Blu-ray, or watch it on the Instant Watch with your PS3 or 360. Trust me, you don't want to watch it on PC. It's basically a movie about Bruce Campbell going to a small town that's having problems with like a zombie-type monster. And it's kind of like an old Chinese warrior or whatever. And he's basically recruited because of his film career. Basically all the experience this town thinks he has because of his film career. He's set to help them out. And it's kind of funny. It kind of shows Bruce Campbell still in an Ash kind of way, but not playing Ash. And if you're a Bruce Campbell fan, you gotta watch it. I really think it's worth it. And I guess the reason I'm picking this because I actually watched quite a bit of Burn Notice when I was down there first season again because Nicola was getting into it. So I figured I'd pick a Bruce Campbell movie this week that is on the Netflix Instant Watch, and so go check it out. My Name is Bruce. Pretty funny, worth the watch. It's nice to see him make fun of himself a lot.
Is it?
Yeah. So it is a B movie, so don't expect like all the Hollywood flair. So that's my Netflix picks. We're gonna move on to the topic of discussion for the evening. Let's talk briefly on the top 200 since I couldn't be here for that, and I'm a little jealous.
A little jealous?
Oh.
Yeah. So I have a couple things to say.
Of course you come.
First off,
Mass Effect should have been number 1. Yes, we know.
No. I really don't know what should be number 1. Zelda? Meh. I'd probably go with Suikoden 2 just because that's my favorite game of all time. Which is sadly missing from this entire list.
Yeah.
Which was such an awesome 2D game on the PS1. It's ridiculous that it's even not... It's missing here. I thought they relied heavily on franchises too much. Like, there's no reason why every GTA game for the PS2 should have been on the list. Leave it at Vice City and be done with it. The best one. One thing I know Brian talked about on the last podcast, and I have to agree with, this isn't the most influential games. This is the best 200 games. I understand that they say, taking into account quality, cultural relevance, and industry impact. I understand it, but how much is what? Because GTA 3, I'm sorry, should not have been in the top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't care what impact it had on the thing, it should be further back. And I'm not a fan of Bioshock, and I know many are. But as high as it got at 27, I don't know. Was it really that good of a game? Or was it just the story and atmosphere around it? Everybody knows my hatred for Oblivion. That should not be at 30, as I felt it didn't have a great story. It had a nice open world where you could do whatever, but it never... That was my problem. The story never grabbed me. I was just kind of bored. GoldenEye was not high enough. You want to talk about... Screw innovative. This is a game that actually got people together. GoldenEye was like the first game that people were like meeting up in college dorm rooms to play with each other.
On a console.
Yeah, on a console, or like with me in the Air Force, we were playing that on a 50-inch TV in our day rooms. And the other game, maybe I missed it, that did the same thing that I thought was one of the best games was Perfect Dark. The original Perfect Dark. I mean, there's some games on here that you could have easily left out, like Final Fantasy 12.
Thank you.
Fortress 2.
Oh, come on. That's not right. That's not right.
I was just taking a swipe at you.
I know you were.
Assassin's Creed is in the top 200? That game didn't even get great reviews. It was like mostly 7s. I mean, what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
I just felt like the whole thing, to me, felt jaded. And just not right. I do like the fact they had NBA Jam Tournament Edition in there. But I don't know if that's the top 200 games of all time.
You know, I mean, that is one thing I will say, is they were very, like, they did really try to be somewhat comprehensive. Like, they really tried to, you know, look at things that, you know, are a little off the wall, sort of like that, you know?
Yeah. One thing, I'm going to look at last week's thing with the podcast, because I want to see if maybe I missed something. But I don't think I did, as I'm looking now. They have Burnout 3 Takedown, but not Burnout Paradise. Burnout Paradise gave you this open city to race around, where you could get online with 7 other people, screw around, crash. The developers gave you massive amounts of free content before they even brought out anything that was pay for.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's the best Burnout game there was.
I thought so too. It was by far...
Not even on the list. Mass Effect, I understand where they're coming from, but it should be somewhere between, I don't know, I think top 25. It really had a great sci-fi epic story. I mean, BioWare fanboyism aside, there's no reason why anything with that type of story, just the way that you cared about Shepard and what happened next. Battlefield 2, fine, it's in there, but not between 50 and 100. I don't know.
I just looked, and TIE Fighter's not on the list. Fire.
Why is almost every fucking Zelda game in here?
Well, Ocarina of Time is definitely way too low at 20.
That shit should be off the list entirely. I like Final Fantasy 3 at 8, but I would put that more in the top 5. Final Fantasy 3 is what every Japanese RPG strives to be to this date. So, that story is what every Japanese RPG would love.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the Japanese story. I'm like, wait, what? No, that was 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 6, but I'm just going off what they called it in here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, basically, there's 2 Final Fantasies that everybody wants to be. 6 and 7. They want to have the story from 6 and have the... I don't know, the...
hype and fanboyism.
Of 7, yes. But Final Fantasy 3/6 should be in the top 5. Definitely put that in the spot of Grand Theft Auto 3 and kick that off the list. Super Mario 64, really? No.
Oh, come on.
No, sorry.
Once again, though, it's innovative rather than... You know what though? I still think it's a fun game. I mean, the graphics
64?
are harsh, you know, but
Sonic the Hedgehog at 34, that should be so much higher. Sonic the Hedgehog basically,
I think
in
that
my
should have been
opinion,
top 20.
was such a fresh thing in the gaming at that time. Final Fantasy X, I have to actually agree. I don't know if it's in the top 50, but I agree that it's on the list. It was the first Final Fantasy since 7 that actually hooked throughout the whole, just stay and play the whole game. Arkanoid, loved that being on there. Arkanoid, I played that forever in the arcades. Let's see, Kingdom Hearts shouldn't be that high up. Fuck all the Kingdom Hearts fans. That game sucks. I know there are plenty. Portal at 100? Portal should be higher. You want to talk about a fun game that was innovative and you didn't spend too much time on?
Which Valve just pretty much just picked up from a couple of, couple of kids from college or something like that that created the game?
yeah.
But here's my problem. Borderlands is at 134.
Yeah,
It's been out how long to have even that high enough? And stuff like Beyond Good and Evil are at 200, or I don't know. Let's see what else is down this low. Vagrant Story, Eternal Darkness. Hell, Modern Warfare 2's on there. How it couldn't have been out by the time this magazine was printed. What the fuck? And Peggle should be way higher than 165.
That I agree
Peggle has
with.
gotten so many people addicted that would never even touch a game. More than Bejeweled has and other games. Like, I know people who can't even get their spouses off the computer because they're playing Peggle too much. That's my take on the 200.
Yeah, I'm done.
Game Informer really fucked that up. And you know what? One other thing, Game Informer, fuck you for sending me the copy of the magazine with GTA 3 on the cover. Fuck you.
Yeah, I got Zelda.
Actually, I got, they sent me another copy. So I have two copies. I have one with Mario on it and the other one with Half-Life 2.
Dude, I want the one with Final Fantasy 6 on it.
Yeah, I want that one
I
too.
need to go find that one. I will pay money for that one.
Well, just go to any GameStop and be like, yeah, I did get my copy, and they're like, oh, here you go.
Okay.
No, not that one.
I will walk in there and buy the Final Fantasy 6 one. I don't give a shit. I want the Final Fantasy 6 cover.
God.
But seriously, GTA 3 on the cover, it looks like shit.
Just let us know how you really feel. Just let it come right out. Don't hold back.
No, I either want Final Fantasy 6 or the Doom one.
Good old Doom.
Alright, so second topic of discussion won't be a long one at all, but Black Friday / Cyber Monday thoughts on the deals and such. I don't know about you guys, but I was loving the fact that Amazon was pretty much matching every retailer out there. They were basically saying starting Monday of last week, hey, you know what? You don't need to go to the stores. We're going to fuck over every retailer and match their prices on our website every day.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. It was just like, I found myself on Black Friday just going and just clicking like, what else just opened up at Amazon? Click, 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 click.
You could have done that from Monday on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just like, I'm like, why Amazon? Do you own my soul?
And then Monday, they just continued it. Cyber Monday. But it was funny because I was tweeting about some of their deals, and so many people were commenting back to me saying, oh my god, thank you, I just bought Dragon Age. Or, oh my god, I just bought Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, hey, I might as well help other people out since it's up there. I didn't spend a lot. I got Left 4 Dead 1 for $7.50 off Steam. I mean, $7.50. I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, did you see the new Valve pack has Left 4 Dead 2? It's still $100.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm just like, oh my god, if I didn't already own like almost all these games, I would be all over this. Like,
Sad thing is I don't want all those games.
Yeah, but dude, for $100, I mean, and you're still getting, Portal, all the Half-Lives. It's
True.
Seriously, people, if you don't own this already, you will get way more than $100 worth of games for $100.
Exactly.
Skip the Half-Life and you'll be good, and Team Fortress 2.
Oh, jeez, you're fired.
No, you're fired. I think I've already made that clear. But, the other thing I bought the Guild Wars trilogy. That was on sale. And the other stuff was not even gaming related. I think it was like Black Friday or Thursday or Wednesday. I got Transformers 2 on Blu-ray for $13 and Spaceballs on Blu-ray for $9.
That's me. I'm on top of that. I was all about that.
Yeah, I was like, Spaceballs for $9? Fuck yeah!
Vanessa asked, she's like, don't you own that on DVD? I'm like, but it's $9.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I had, Nicola watch Spaceballs while I was down there.
Oh, so great.
Because she liked Robin Hood Men in Tights. She actually ended up liking Spaceballs. She didn't really know the source material it was parodying, but she did enjoy it. She didn't think she'd ever watch it again, but she thought it was worth watching that one time.
At least she didn't fall asleep.
Exactly. But she had fun, so.
Good.
I heard you, bought something else on Steam there, Brian.
Oh yeah, I picked up Mirror's Edge yesterday for $5. So worth it.
What about you, Ben? Did you pick up anything?
Waited in line at Best Buy.
Why?
Black Friday. Because they had like the $3.99, $6.99 movie DVDs or whatever, and my ex was like, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" I'm like, "What?"
No.
So 5 o'clock I couldn't sleep anyways for some odd reason. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like I was planning on getting season 1 and 2 of House on DVD for like, what was it, $12.99.
Wait, you met up with your ex
What's up?
for Black Friday?
No, she stayed home. I was the one that went
What?
out.
Dude, that's not right.
So,
Dude! She should have been at your house at least when you got back to get some.
God,
Other than that, it's not worth it.
no comment. Anyways,
You better have gotten some, did you?
no comment.
Come on, man! She ain't listening to this shit,
God,
man.
that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Anyways,
Something awkward?
no, yeah, went out and it was really funny because like they had all their systems out right by the cash register, like the PS3, 360s, and the Wii's out there, and you just see all these people just like running around, making a fool of themselves. It was pretty funny. Like they had two news vans there, and you recording everything, and I was like in line, and I think a couple people saw me on TV, so it was quite interesting. But will I ever do that again? No, hell no. Fuck all those people.
You stick it in her poop.
I wish I had my practice with me.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, God.
Did you stick
Oh,
it
Mike,
in her
it's
ass?
good to have you back. It's good to have you back. Bringing the class of the show all the way down as far as it can go.
Wait, you never heard that Akinelli song? You know the guy who did that song, Put It in Your Mouth? Anyone?
What?
That song, Put It in Your Mouth by Akinelli.
Oh, jeez.
You know that song, though?
No.
He's got a song on another album. Where he's like, trying to stick it in her ass, but the girl kept on farting. Like a human beatbox. He rapped that, I was dying. Anyway, sorry guys. Sorry to the listeners out there, but seriously, you stick it in her pooper or what?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
I'm back, bitches!
All comments, complaints can be sent to AggroCast at AggroGamer.com.
AKA Shannon last week for keeping the class at my level. She did a great job.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, you trained her well, apparently.
Especially since Brian was, slamming something? If I recall correctly.
What? I didn't bring up that you play with dolls.
No, you were slamming something.
Oh.
Or talking about slamming something, and she made the joke.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, that was great. I laughed so hard. So...
I'm glad we can keep you entertained when you're driving back from Alabama.
That's right.
So, I guess that is our show for the week. Nice way to end it. I'm sure I'll hear about that later.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah. All right.
So, it was good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
I'm sure.
And
And anybody who doesn't get the joke, I'm not really firing Brian and Binh.
I did actually have a couple people after I was joking on Twitter. They asked, they're like, "Are you really getting fired?" Oh,
Are you
no,
serious?
not really. Yeah, they actually were asking. I'm like, no, not really.
Oh, they care for you, Brian.
I know.
Oh.
I have a following, you know. People love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. But, all right. Rate us and review us on iTunes and the Zune Marketplace.
Yep.
And you can always find the three of us online. You can either catch us on Twitter or on Pwned. You can catch Mike as G Nitro. That's no dash, right? It's just all one.
Yeah. No
Yep.
dash on those.
Yep, no dash. And Bid is Church 4252, and you can always find me at Quiglin.
Sounds good. And look for us next week. I promise the class will even be higher than before. Raising it up.
There's only one way to go, but up.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think we can go lower.
Yeah, I think I could take it lower.
Yeah.
Today was just the beginning.
All right, so tune in next week for that.
All right.
Hopefully I'll be making my, booking my trip to Vegas sometime real soon for CES.
Awesome.
So.
Catch my Lego Rock Band review, which totally got panned because, well, Thanksgiving. Thanks a lot, Holiday. So go read it.
Yes, definitely. Good read. All right, we will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Later.
Later.